my right shoulder, leg and knee, and nearly broke my neck. If I take a long walk, I get short of breath. In fact, I feel more dead than alive. I'm sorry to hear that. Anyhow, I hope things aren't as bad as you imagine. Let me examine you. Your heart, chest and lungs seem to be all right. Now open your mouth and show me your tongue. Now breathe in deeply through the nose. There doesn't seem to be anything radically wrong with you, but it's quite clear that you're run down. And if you don't take care of yourself, you may have a nervous breakdown and have to go to hospital. I advise you, first of all, to stop worrying. Take a long rest. Keep to a diet of salads and fruit. Your heart, chest and lungs seem to be all right. Now open your mouth and show me your tongue. Now breathe in deeply through the nose. There doesn't seem to be anything medically wrong with you, but it's quite clear that you're run down. And if you don't take care of yourself, you may have a nervous breakdown and go to hospital. I advise you, first of all, to stop worrying. Take a long rest. Keep to a diet of salads and fruit.
Ah, boo, I'm sorry. Oh damn, I had to say that 3 times. I'm gonna eat because this Starfield taking a long time anyway. I'm gonna get some food, I mean. Why is this not my default item? Default microphone, it is. Are you saying also OBS has trouble deciding which is my default? Yeah, this microphone is now the default one. It was already. But it didn't work, as you've seen. But now it will work if I reselect it, which is inconsistent. Hello? 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 It shouldn't be default though, it should always be this one. Because this is technically default. But practically no.
Part 2. Keep off alcohol. If possible, give up smoking. Have this tonic made up and take 2 tablespoonfuls 3 times a day before meals. Have this tonic made up and take 2 tablespoonfuls 3 times a day before meals. And take 2 tablespoonfuls 3 times a day before meals. Tablespoonfuls 3 times a day before meals. If you do this, I can promise you full recovery within 2 or 3 months. And if I don't, Doctor, then you better make your will if you haven't yet done so. I see. And if I don't, Doctor? Decide which is the lesser evil. Well, what's the matter with you, Mr. Walker? You'd better ask me what is not the matter with me, Doctor. If you think it was something special, just ask. Open your mouth and show me your tongue. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and show me your tongue. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and show me your tongue. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and show me your tongue. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and show me your tongue. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and show me your tongue. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and show me your tongue. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Open your mouth and show me your tongue. Breathe in deeply through the nose. Well, thank you, Doctor. I shall have to think it over and decide which is the lesser evil, to follow your advice or prepare for a better world.
Gagarin's not an easy place to live. Nice to finally be getting some new neighbors.
May not look like much, but there are some quality people. Don't mind the mess. I've got a system. Gagarin. It was a military town until the end of the Colony War. Mechs were our specialty. Everyone always blabbers about Mars making the highest performance machines. But if you needed a system that wouldn't let you down in a pinch, you piloted a Gagarin. But that all dried up when the mechs were banned with the armistice. Now, you've got these new firms coming in. Arkmite, Centauri Mills, claim they're here to revitalize the city. Which is funny, since their employees refuse to step foot in most of it. Plenty more competition for stores like mine, that's for sure. UC had a lot more money to throw around in those days. During the war, I couldn't keep the shelves stocked. At first, because of all the demand. But later, because the Freestar Collective flotillas were so damn good at picking off UC merchant craft. But the biggest difference now? are quiet. Not just because most of the forges and mines shut down. It was a testing. Firms used to drive their prototype mechs out into the canyons, way beyond the city. But you could still hear the guns all the way from here. It was like, shoo, thunder. So when the thunder stopped, well, so did Gagarin in a way.
This is a strong thing.
Hard to not be nostalgic for a time when the city was in a better place. Though, knowing what we do now, with the costs of the war and all, probably better for everyone that Gagarin's moved on. Let me just bring that up.
This is a strong thing. This is a strong thing.
Terrabrew kiosk still busted?
I swear, last time that thing worked, there were still humans on Earth.
Nobody can take away that. Those Russians made real history.
Apparently, the corporate execs are talking about building their own cryo. Already catwalks above the city. You been up there? Good luck.
I'm Dr. Kiala. Are you a new patient? If you're a UC citizen, I can look you up, get your benefits processed once we've done a workup. Oh, well, the UC subsidizes the costs of all services for its citizens, healthcare and beyond. Hard part is, you've got to earn your citizenship first, doing some job for the UC for X number of years. I got mine serving as a doctor in an at-need area, as they lovingly refer to Gagarin. Other folks, they've done it through scientific service, diplomatic posts. Heck, you could even go over and talk to Zenata about joining the Vanguard. They'll get you your citizenship in no time flat, or so says Zenata. Oh, well, hello right back at you. If you're ever in need of medical services, you just let me know. I like helping people. I grew up around here, so I already knew basically all of my patients from day one. My parents both worked the mines, and I saw how hard that can be on the body. Made me want to help folks around here. Of course, here's what I have.
Okay, roll the drums.
So you're an empath. Very few people have this gift, or curse, depending on how you look at it. There have been some clinical trials of a regimen that can suppress this talent permanently. It's perfectly safe, assuming you're interested. Take all the time you need. It's a big decision.
Someone painted some choice.
I trust you'll put this to good use.
The other day, the robots took it down pretty good.
Don't be a stranger.
I hate it when the walk this creepy. I don't miss all the extra heat from the old forges, that's for sure.
Celebrate something.
Heading outside the city?
Get you something?
Courier 8148 detected. Error. You have already checked in at this drop-off location. Please resume standard route.
I don't mean to be rude, but I've got a lot of shipments to process still, so let's cut to the chase. Are you here to claim a shipment from storage, or do you have some other shipping concern? Did one of my robots wander off again? Is it something else entirely? Well, it's owned by Unified Transport. We employ a mostly robotic staff. Fewer mistakes up there. We do short-term storage, long-term. I guess that's pretty much it. It's a warehouse. We do shipping. Enough said. What do you expect? Robots never get tired. They don't need breaks. They can carry heavy loads. They're faster and more efficient in every way for this kind of work. And if I'm being honest, I prefer their company. When you've spent most of your life in space away from people, you learn to trust technology more than humanity. You'd be surprised. Gagarin's had a bit of a resurgence lately as an industrial hub. It seems like every week they're storing and shipping more and more cargo. That reminds me, if this keeps up, we're going to need more robots. I'll be the same.
I wonder if there are any mining jobs on Mars these days. I could put up with some dust.
I'm not gonna be part of this. What's that?
Security! Stop right now!
I remember watching shiny new mechs rolling on the ships. Been a long time since then.
UC Security! You're under arrest! I've got special orders. You're coming with me. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met. Smart decision. Stand by to be transferred. I'm telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble? I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk. Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back. You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's ready, sir. I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. I'm your ticket out of the mess you've gotten yourself into. That's all you need to know for now. Highly perceptive. Let me add that to your list of skills. Speaking of which, let's see what we're working with here. It appears that you have a background in cyber running. Perfect. Information gathering is one of our top priorities around here. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. You're absolutely right. Well, I'll have my people get right on that. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDef. Are you familiar with what we do? United Colonies System Defense. Does that help you figure out exactly what it is we do? UC SysDef is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. On the books, they maintain combat-ready spaceborne forces to deter aggression and ensure the safety of the United Colonies. What all that fancy claptrap means is that they're the ones who fight in the wars to keep our territories secure. Are we really playing this game? The pirates, like the ones you tangled with on Vectera? Please stop pretending you have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't remember asking how you felt about anything. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. If the military rolls in and attacks the Crimson Fleet, we'd have a full-scale war on our hands. That means losses, heavy losses, that the United Colonies can't afford. Not for me, for yourself. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDef, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any costs that the operation will incur. Or, you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached. I'm not coercing you into doing anything. I'm simply giving you a chance to redeem yourself. So, what do you say? You going? You aren't leaving until I have an answer. If I didn't think you had a chance, I would have left you in lockup. You're just going to have to follow your instincts and trust me. Smart choice. I'm going to have one of my men escort you to the operations center. I strongly suggest that you don't give him any trouble. And don't bother trying to leave the ship. I think you'll find all access to the docking area is fully restricted.
All right, let's go.
my day just got a whole lot brighter.
So, you took the op instead of serving the time. Gonna be the commander's new mole, huh? Going in all alone, infiltrating a bunch of pirates. You've got a lot of guts.
Pardon.
Still, it makes you wonder, especially with the stories that go around. Like the one about how the fleet deals with informants by lashing them to the hull of a ship and then slowly letting the air out of their suit. Could you imagine?
Excuse me.
Since the commander handpicks
Pardon?
you, I'm guessing you can hold your breath for a really long time, right?
Hey.
SysDef Marines are the best of the best.
Conde's on level 2. Try not to touch anything until he actually clears you.
All right, this is as far as I go. Take the lift up to Ops. Commander Ikande should be waiting for you.
Howdy. Okay, hello.
Yes. What?
Hello. Yes?
Ah, there you are. Excellent. Now that we've established your level of cooperation with us, I want to introduce you to your new home. This is the Operations Center of the UC Vigilance, SysDef's nerve center dedicated to the destruction of the Crimson Fleet. We are currently in the Sol system, in deep orbit around Phobos. As to why, I'll explain momentarily. Which is precisely why we're taking a more clandestine approach. We need eyes and ears inside the Crimson Fleet. Someone who can feed us information, evidence, and expose their weaknesses. The catch is that you can't just knock on their front door and ask for an application. Getting inside is going to take some finesse. Let's get one thing straight right now. While you're working for me, I'm going to treat you like one of my own. Whatever crimes you committed in the past no longer matter. You're now an agent of SysDef, meaning that it's my job to keep you alive. I do. Our intelligence has managed to find a possible opening into the Crimson Fleet through Saoirse Bolden, one of their contacts. She works for the Trade Authority in Sidonia, so you'll be using a container of Aurora we've loaded on your ship to get her attention. Aurora is a Class A controlled substance that's illegal to transport outside of Neon, a city on Volai. Get caught with this stuff aboard a ship, and you're looking at some serious fines. That's classified. Suffice to say that the smuggler who was previously hauling it will be spending the rest of their life in prison. That's right. So it'll be your job to convince this person that you're the real deal. Once you bluff your way into the Crimson Fleet, then the operation proceeds to evidence gathering. That's where my second-in-command, Lieutenant Gillian Toft, comes into the picture. She'll explain everything you need to know. Let's just say my superiors need proof that engaging the Crimson Fleet is a larger priority than they're willing to admit. If we shove enough concrete evidence under their noses, they'll have no choice but to allocate the resources that I've requested. At the same time, we can use the evidence. Let's just say if we shove enough concrete evidence, at the same time, we can use the evidence to arrest members of the Crimson Fleet, weakening them enough to strike a fatal blow. If I didn't have confidence in your abilities, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Remember, this entire operation rests on your ability to infiltrate the Crimson Fleet and bring us the evidence we need to take them down. Then you better learn to swim, because you're diving right into the deep end on this one. I've studied your profile. I know you can do this. I'm not about to throw away someone's life on a whim or a prayer. Just use your best judgment, trust your instincts, and watch your back. I wouldn't expect any less. Look, before you begin, I want to make something perfectly clear. As an undercover operative for UC SysDef, you'll be expected to follow our code of conduct and ethics. Allow yourself to stray too far off the path, and you stand a good chance of spiraling out of control. The Crimson Fleet doesn't follow the rules. They only abide by one thing: money. All of their morals and social graces fall by the wayside in pursuit of their greed. At first glance, this can appear quite enticing, so I'm warning you not to get lured into their trap. Think you can handle that? To put it simply, you can't go into every situation with guns blazing. Think before you act. Calculate what you're doing and pull the trigger only when it's absolutely necessary. At the end of the day, your primary goal is taking down the Crimson Fleet. That's the greater good. I don't want promises. I'm just asking you to think. Anyway, it's time to hand you over to Lieutenant Toft. She'll brief you about the details of the evidence-gathering portion of the operation. Now, get out of here, and good luck. That's easy to answer. You don't. We'll be monitoring your activities from the Vigilance and attempting to keep it within your vicinity. When you feel you've gathered enough evidence, and at the completion of your assignments, head back here for a debrief. Beyond that, you're completely on your own. All we know is that she's been with the Trade Authority for years, which means she's been privy to some seriously shady deals. She's shrewd and she's diligent. The only reason we were able to connect her with the Crimson Fleet at all was thanks to an informant. I'm afraid she's the best lead we've got. For your own safety, nobody but myself and the crew of the Vigilance will be aware that you're working for the United Colonies. Basically, if you land in jail, you're going to have to deal with the fines. For your own sake, basically. While you're running with the Crimson Fleet, you're undoubtedly going to be faced with some morally gray decisions. It's going to be difficult for you to weigh the consequences of pulling the trigger while maintaining your cover. Do what you have to do, but remember why you're out there in the first place. Then you do what you have to do. The Crimson Fleet has the potential to kill hundreds, even thousands of people per year. If it takes a few deaths to maintain your cover, then so be it. But only as an absolutely final resort. This is not a licensed killing spree. Understood?
Dismissed. Lieutenant Toft will continue the briefing. While you're running, it's going to be difficult. Do what you have. I'm not advocating violence. Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. So let me simplify this for you. If there's a route to your goal which doesn't involve killing innocent people, I'm urging you to follow that path. Use your instincts. I'm certain you'll do the right thing. While it's going to be do what you have to. That's why I expect you to constantly seek alternative means to overcome your obstacles, rather than blowing holes in them. Look, I can see that you're struggling with this. So let me simplify this for you.
Hello.
Yes. What?
I'm a bit busy at the moment, but we'll talk later, okay?
Excuse me.
I'm a bit busy at the moment, but we'll talk later, okay?
Hey.
Yes?
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, it's imperative that you gather as much evidence as possible. If you find any records that look suspicious or incriminating, you bring it to me. Is that understood? Well, since it isn't every day we stumble across a criminal's fully written confession, we need to build a case against our suspects. The more evidence we acquire, the stronger our case becomes. And knowing the Crimson Fleet, they'll leave plenty of evidence for you to find. I'd scour every inch of wherever the Crimson Fleet sends you. Otherwise, you're wasting our time and risking your neck for nothing. Criminals are sloppy. Look hard enough and I'm certain you'll stumble across their mess. You better make it, because Commander Akande cashed in all his chips to get this operation off the ground. I want data slates, computer downloads, handwritten notes. Hell, I'll take anything if it'll get those bastards thrown into the brig. Haven't you been paying attention? Our goal here is the complete eradication of the Crimson Fleet. In order to do that, we need to dismantle them piece by piece from within. If you bring me evidence, we can make arrests and slowly drain their resources. Think of it as a death by 1,000 tiny cuts. For the sake of the settled systems, I hope you're right. That minor skirmish you had with them on Vectera was nothing compared to the death and destruction those pirates leave behind. If you've seen what I've seen, you'd understand why I'm pushing you so hard. What? No, It's personal. It has nothing to do with you. Just stick to the mission and you'll be fine. Then you'll understand why it's so important that this operation is successful. Anyway, before I let you go, there's just one more thing. Commander Akande has authorized a credit disbursement for each piece of evidence that you return, as compensation for your efforts. Well, that's just it. You're not career military, are you? And speaking frankly, you're completely out of pocket during this operation. You'll be paying for your own supplies and other unexpected incidentals. So, if I were you, I'd stop asking questions and accept the compensation. It's not generous, it's motivational. Commander Akande's idea. All right, we've loaded a container. We've cleared your ship for launch. Proceed to Sidonia. Make contact with Saoirse Bowden. And with any luck, she'll point you to the Crimson Fleet. That should do it. You're dismissed.
Yes?
All right, we don't have a lot of time, so I need you to listen up. While you're working undercover, if you find any records that looks... Well, since it isn't every day the more evidence we acquire, I'd scour every inch of where criminals are You better make it, because I want data. Haven't you been paying attention? Our goal here is if you bring me up, you're damn right I do. That minor skirmish you had with them on that